If the police ask to speak with you about an incident which you may have been involved with, which you know about, you should immediately ask for an attorney and stay quiet, not answer any questions.
Anything you say as a defendant or witness can be used against you. Now, I always suggest to my clients that they hire a lawyer immediately, because anything a lawyer says on your behalf is not evidence against you.
People usually trust their attorneys in things that they wouldn't be comfortable doing without the attorney's advice, without somebody sitting there next to them that they feel knows what's going on. They wouldn't be comfortable doing that. They'd be afraid to tell a police officer, I'm not going to answer that question.
They have several tools at their disposal in police work, and one of them is lying to you. You, as the client, cannot lie to them. That would be a charge of obstruction of justice.
The police are allowed to embellish the strength of their case or mislead you regarding the evidence they have or don't have.
That's why they separate potential witnesses or potential suspects, and they'll tell one that the other just spilled the beans.
There are also a few other things that they tend to do that people are not aware of. They'll take somebody you trust and they will use that person to call you and then try to get you to confess, and they'll record that confession, which can then go in because it wasn't technically the police asking you. I have a client who was in a interview room with other potential suspects, and they all started talking, and they didn't understand. You're in a police station. They were being recorded the entire time, and they all thought that none of it could be used because they had not been Mirandized yet. But they were not in an interrogation. There was not even a police officer in the room, and every single thing that they said is now open.
Oftentimes the police will offer them some kind of resolution with the prosecutor in lieu of them working for them as a confidential informant. The police don't have that authority. The prosecutor has that authority.
Anytime the police talk to you, or anytime you see something suspicious or you feel something's not quite right, stay quiet. And definitely, if you're there with the actual police, ask for an attorney.
It's not my crime, it's my job. So I'm not as emotionally involved, I'm not as nervous, I'm not as upset, I'm not as likely to blabber out all kinds of things that I think later I wished I hadn't said. And I'm also able to tell my client, don't answer that question. And the police officer knows that I'm there, and that that's the end of the questioning.